here from Regal Marine, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the GPS side of the Gpsmap series 7476XX from Garmin. You'll see in previous videos I've done the sonar side, so this one's going to focus on the charts, navigation, and GPS. So these units have a built-in 10 Hz GPS GLONASS antenna at the top. You can also take external antennas via NEMA 2000 or NEMA 0813. The GPS network we're all pretty familiar with. GLONASS is something that some people might not have heard of, and GLONASS is the Russian network. So if I go Systems, GPS, you can see I've got GLONASS on. So that allows me to get access to the GLONASS network of satellites as well as the GPS satellites, doubling my accuracy relatively. Okay, on the home screen we go down to charts, select charts, which we're already on, and I'm going to go into nav charts. Nav charts is what you're going to be using 99% of the time. In this particular demonstration I'm running the G2 Vision Map card. This is the East Coast Australia card, but you can also get South Coast, North Coast, as well as Australia-wide blue charts or local blue charts. So firstly, this is us. We're the little boat in the middle with our port and starboard lights. In this chart you can see we have our contours, a few spot soundings, no-go zones, waypoints, points of interest, etc. Now in this particular case we have it so we have course up. So the direction the boat's facing is always up. You can have it in north up, where the map itself never changes and stays north up. I've also got these little data bars around the outside that give me vital information, such as my voltage, speed, depth, and GPS position if I ever need to read out my coordinates to a rescue. Now these are a pinch to zoom screen, zoom in, zoom out like an iPad, but I do also have plus minus. Down the bottom, if I press menu, I can start accessing some of my other features. First one is those edit overlays. Those ones I just talked about before. If I touch on one, I can change it. So I'm touching DC volts. Let's say I want my fuel. So I hit fuel, and I say engine fuel flow rate for engine number 1. If I go back, you'll see now I've got my fuel flow, 46 litres per hour. It's a pretty big engine. But if I want to add more of these data bars, I go edit overlay, data, and you can see I can have it down the side, I could have it on the top, all corners, I could double the corners, or I could have twice the side, or none if I want to maximize. For this one we'll leave it on none. One thing I would suggest to a lot of people if you are navigating areas are the top bars. In the top bar you can select compass tape, which places a compass at the very top of your GPS screen to give you a heading number at all screens. So it's quite handy if you just want to know how far off course you are. The bottom bar, we can then add a media if we want to have our Fusion sound system plugged in, for example. We'll leave the bottom bar off for now. So we're going to go back to our home screen. Okay, let's say for example I want to go somewhere. It's pretty simple. I just touch where I want to go and press navigate to. Under that it gives me a few different options. Go to is what you're going to use most of the time. It's a straight line. You can see how far off course I am, as well as the line I need to take to my destination. If I zoom in, it's a little bit easier to track that line. One of the problems, however, though, is if you want to start going around complicated corners or through channels. Let's say I want to go over here to Corio Bay. I touch the area, press navigate to, go to, do that again. It does a straight line, which is fine if you're a helicopter, but not really good for us. So we can get around that 2 different ways. First way is by selecting route to, which gives you like a little elastic line that allows you to put corners in. So you can see I've moved my course up to here to avoid this foul ground. Add another turn. We'll now move the line backwards to here, add another turn. Now we'll pass some of these shallow water areas, we'll add another turn. Finally back to the boat, add another turn. When we're all done, we press done, and now we have our nice route to go around the peninsula. However, the beauty of the auto guidance function on the G2 Vision means we don't have to worry about doing that manually. I select navigate to, auto guidance, and it does it automatically for me. You can see it brings up a little display of it. We can read me the hazards that I've got to go past, and I can manually adjust it if needs be. Otherwise I press start navigation and away we go. Easy peasy. If I zoom in, you can see it's just like following the yellow brick road. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that now. So to cancel navigation, you press menu, navigation options, stop navigation. We'll ask you if you want to save it. We don't want to save it. Another cool feature just by touching the screen is measurements. I can just measure how far something is away from me. So you can see up in the top left hand corner it's 2.75 kilometers, as well as the bearing. So this is handy if you just want to get a rough guesstimate about how far away that landmass is. Press stop measuring to go back. Okay, another cool thing is obviously waypoints. You have a dedicated mark button. So I've hit that at any particular time and saves a waypoint exactly where I am. Once I've saved it, I can also edit it. You have a few seconds in which to do that before it returns to the map. So if I press mark and then go to edit, from here I can change the name, the symbol, the latitude, longitude position. I can read the depth, the water temperature, or place a comment. We're going to go ahead and rename it. Being touchscreen, it's pretty easy. We'll call it fish. Done. We're going to give it a little symbol. We're going to give it a little picture of a reef. Once all done, we press back, back, happy days. Now if I want to save a waypoint for another particular place, not where I am, I can just touch over here and I can create a waypoint for that spot. I can touch here, create a waypoint for that spot. If I want to go to a particular waypoint, I can just touch it. You can see it brings up the name, number 65. I haven't renamed it. Touch 65. I can move it, edit it, or I can read the name of it. Or I can just go navigate, go to, and it'll take me straight to that spot. If I don't want to go to that spot anymore, I press menu, navigation option, stop navigation. So that's pretty much the basic navigation settings. There's a few other features we can do, and they're going to be in a later video called advanced settings. So I hope you've enjoyed this basic settings for your Garmin Gpsmap series. For more information, come check us out at Regal Marine at www.regalmarine.com.au. I've been Moose, and stay safe in the water.